it is. They don't want to see me be great. I'm trying to talk to the people. I'm trying to celebrate our great sport of boxing. Hmm? Come on then, family. Let the people know that I have started the live over. I have a better connection. Hmm? They're trying to muzzle my mouth. They're trying to stop the truth tellers from speaking up. Huh? That's what they're trying to do. But I am here, family. And like I was saying, regardless of who you're picking, regardless of who you might pick, whether you're going for Teofimo Lopez, whether you're going for Shakur Stevenson, whether you're going for Jermaine Ortiz, whether you're going for Keyshawn Davis, whether you're going for Shushu Carrington to be successful, listen, family, boxing is rising again. Boxing is on its way up again. I love the press conference. I'm glad that, Shakur is past the buddy friendly crap going on with T.O. I'm glad he said to his face, he said, "You are a bish, and I'm going to make you respect me." This is the type of energy I like. I like that Teofimo Lopez is talking that trash back to him. Now, I wish T.O. would lean into more of that hatefulness that he said he likes to use to promote fights. Once Shakur got on that kind of time with him, I didn't see the same thing. But did you see when T.O. balled his fist up and Shakur looked down at his fist and said, he said, well, what you gonna do with that, player? What you gonna do with that fist, player? I know you're not acting like you're gonna hit somebody with that. So, like I was saying in the live before, I got inspired this morning. I got inspired because I saw Abdullah Mason and the Mason family. They're all in New York. Oh, imagine the boxing scene up there right now. They're all in New York at Danny's Leather, getting the leather jackets, getting minked out, getting the leather minks. Man, I love it, man. Ain't no sport like ours when it's done right. Ain't no sport like ours when it's done right. No matter how many times they try to co-opt it and they try to colonize the sport of boxing, the sport of boxing will always be a poor man's sport. Huh? The sport of boxing will always be a poor man's sport. And it reminds me of the old days of Frank Lucas wearing this jacket to the big fight, his mink to the big fight. It reminds me of all of the brothers and the sisters getting dressed up, headed to the fight, looking clean. Everybody in their Sunday's best. To see warriors go at it. Huh? To see the art. Huh? To see everybody go at it. I'm excited. Now, people want to know, Coach Hudson, who do you have? Now, right now, family, as we speak, I am 4-0 in fight breakdowns. And I can't lie to you, family. I'm nervous about this one. I'm not shaking in my boots like I was yesterday. Now that I saw the energy that Shakur has, I am more confident now. But I got 2 fights on the line. What fights are those, Coach? I have Keyshawn Davis stopping Jermaine Ortiz or winning unanimous decision. I have Shakur beating T.O. unanimous decision or it being a draw. But I'm leaning towards Shakur unanimous decision. If my record of being right does fail, I will not be sad because we are getting another great boxing card. And ain't it a damn shame that all of this crap had to happen in the sport for us to get to this point. But I'm not gonna complain. But I just have to say this, family. Just think how much further the sport would be if we moved people out of our way. Okay? Now, people want to talk all this crap about, I see my brother Patrice X in the building. Salute to the ceremony pre-fight coach live before a big fight. Oh, yes, brother, you know how we doing it. Oh, salute the big Dale in the building. Said, what up, coach? Salute to you. You know what? I thank you, Patrice X. I didn't even realize that I was doing this before the big fights, but it's a pattern now. I have to do my ceremonial live before we go into war. Before the next time you speak and I got my cognac in front of me and my microphone, calling the fight like it is. You see, one thing about Coach Hudson, I'm going to call it like it is. You see, I'm not like a Max Kellerman. I'm not like a Timothy Bradley doing the Loma versus Devin fight. Calling the fight to favor one. I'm going to call it like it is. If T.O. is getting off, hitting Shakur with that straight one or that straight two down the line, I'm going to call it. If Shakur is hitting him with that pull counter, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. They say, Coach, why you talking like that? Because I feel good all over. This is what big fights do to me. This is what they do to me, My lady seen me last night. She said, baby, She said, what got you in such a good mood? I said, baby, you didn't know? You didn't know? Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez is going on tomorrow. I'm in the hood, so I got to be aware of my surroundings because I had to come to the leather store. We got Keyshawn Davis versus Jermaine Ortiz. My kind of party. This is, like my brother Patrice X said, the ceremonial pre-fight live. Before I go live tomorrow, shout out to DAZN, who, after a few phone calls, I had to make sure that for what I've been paying monthly, because the way they got it now with DAZN is if you pay the, I forget what it's called. It's like the premium membership, right? If you pay the premium membership, you're supposed to get 12 pay-per-views free. And at first they were trying to charge me for it. And I said, no, sir. No, sir. I had to call a few people and say, now, wait a minute, DAZN. I had to say, listen, DAZN, I have people counting on me. And I feel in my spirit that you're trying to run amok on me, DAZN. I feel like you think I'm a chump. You're trying to bamboozle me. You're trying to hoodwink me, DAZN. Make a long story short, we worked it out. We worked it out, family. So I will be calling the fight. I'm probably going to go live tomorrow about 7 p.m. I'm not calling the prelims like I've been doing the last few fights because not enough people tuning in. And I understand. A lot of folks don't care about the prelims, but us real, students of the game. Students of the game. Let me see who in the chat. Who in the chat? Let me see. I have my brother, the messenger in the building. The real Sheldon in the building. Oh, yeah. I already know how Eddie gonna do. But ain't it interesting how all of these I had to tell our brothers about themselves yesterday because, T.O. been talking crazy, right? For months now. And I didn't see these brothers that I'm used to seeing anytime it's time to drag one of our own. They had a problem because Jay Prince was pulling T.O.'s card, his disrespect card. come y'all always got something to say when Jay Prince is present, but you ain't got no smoke for Eddie Hearn? You ain't got no smoke for Bob Arum. You ain't got no smoke for Oscar De La Hoya. You ain't got no smoke for Max Kellerman. You ain't got no smoke for Mike Coppinger. But you got a problem with Jay Prince. Man, shut y'all mouths. Two of the events that we're getting that you all swear Jay Prince don't do a good job are now managed by Jay Prince and advised by Jay Prince. Managed or advised by Jay Prince. Shakur, Keyshawn, it's being made and it's happening. But this is what y'all will do. You'll say, well, nah, Jay Prince ain't have nothing to do with it. It's because he's with Matchroom now. Nah, Jay Prince ain't had nothing to do with it. It's because they were Golden Boy now. Nah, Jay Prince ain't had nothing to do with it. It's because they were this person now. Man, shut up, man. You dudes are spineless. Some of you have this weird street fantasy in your head. And you have this imaginary beef with a man you couldn't do nothing with in the street. So keep it boxing. We're talking boxing talk, so pay attention. Had to get that off my chest. So this is who I got. I'm going to make it so plain. If you didn't catch my breakdown, go watch my breakdown. I'm not doing all of that and going all over that again. But these are my picks. I got Shushu Carrington being victorious. I got Keyshawn Davis being victorious. And I have Shakur Stevenson being victorious. Now, if Shakur Stevenson is victorious, if Shakur Stevenson beats Teofimo Lopez in a fashion that forces even the casual to say he is the man, I don't want to hear anything about Shakur not either fighting Devin or not fighting someone top. A top name at 135, since he said he's going to 135 after this fight. Okay? Now, some of you all's Lord and Savior, your idol golden calf, Gervonta Tank Davis, who you love so much, who you defend like he is your father, he is out on bail. This is an opportunity. And I'm going to tell you something, family. Do you all remember in the Tupac movie when Tupac was in jail and Suge Knight came to visit Tupac and said, "Hey man, we can take care of this. We can handle this. We can pay these fees. You just come sign with us." I need those visiting records, those call records. I need a private investigator to tell me who has their hands on our brother Tank now. I see some things in the future. I'm not going to give you all too much, because if I say it now, people are going to call me crazy. People are going to say, there goes Coach being a conspiracy theorist again. So I'm going to hold on to that one. I'm not going to tell the people what I think is about to happen with Tank. But what I do see, I see some. I see some more super fights. And family, salute to my sister Bella Faith and my brother Isaiah W. Andrew 100 ain't seen you in a minute, fam. Salute. Tio keeps doing that weird sexualization of us. Weirdo devil energy. Yeah, he's trying to emasculate Shakur. And let me tell you something else Tio's doing. For some of you brothers who still just, you just love Tio so much. Tio is dog whistling to a certain kind of people. He was getting interviewed yesterday, and he said something that I've heard a certain supremacists say when they argue the DEI excuse. Did anybody hear Tio when he said, I've got my mind right, and I understand now that, some people just get in these positions because of who their grandfather might be or who this person might be, even though they might not earn it. And then at the end of the day, the ones who are overlooked have to come save the day because they are the ones who's truly qualified. Who you think Tio is dog whistling to when he says that? Now, to those, some of you are so your pineal gland is so calcified that you're gonna take that and think that he's just talking about himself. No. You see, when man shows you who he is, which is a snake, and he says certain things when he's upset, that is who he truly is. Take him back. I wish I was on my live because I would play my sound bite. Let's take him way back, right? Jerome, play that Bobby Womack. We're gonna take him back. You see, a few years ago, Tio went on a rant and said, y'all can have those black fathers. And I'm gonna say some things, family, that y'all might not like, and it's gonna be okay. Let me say this. I have great admiration and respect for the legendary trainer Stacy McKinley from the Kronk Boxing Gym. But I have a question. How come it just seems to me that it's too many instances where some of our legendary trainers are just, they on the wrong side of history now. People love to bring up, Emmanuel Stewart and Eddie Futch and these people, but see, you have to look at also what was going on outside of the ring. So I was listening to a great interview that Queen Shawa pointed to me, and I went to go look at it. And Coach McKinley was talking about the universe and how in tune him and Tio are on a universal level. And I'm just sitting here listening, looking to my elder, 70 years old, speaking about this, and I'm like, brother, ain't no way you don't know what Tio has done. Ain't no way you trainers don't know the disrespect to the culture, the boxing culture. We don't even have to talk about all the other stuff. Brothers who have molded, shaped you to move the way you move, huh? Let me be clear about this. You all see this right here? You all see that? That is 52 blocks. That is Jailhouse Rock. I know you like, wait a minute. I ain't no coach. I ain't no coach knew that. Yeah. See, you never know what a man knows. But a certain part of my life, I was part of the Department of Corrections and saw this fighting style and went to go learn it and understand, okay, so that's why fighters fight the way they fight from what we call Zone 1 in amateur boxing. Out of New York, out of Virginia, out of Philly. Oh, okay, that's why they fight the way out of the Midwest. Okay, that's why they fight the way coming from the West Coast. Huh? Now, these men have given their knowledge and the art to fighters like Tio. And for Tio to say out of his mouth, man, I'm just calling them niggas and monkeys to promote. And when he's in trouble, when he's going against one of our top fighters, he can always count on one of us to help him. So he can go get Coach McKinley at the last minute and say, man, Coach, I really just need your help. I was just my mindset was in the wrong place at the time. You could never disrespect the Mexican people, and then when it's time for you to go against one of their greats, go get help from one of their legendary trainers. Never, never, never. So what is happening is inappropriate behavior, not just on, because we love to talk about the YNs this, the YN. No. Right now, I got to talk about some of our elders, my age and up. This is some nasty work. You got more smoke for Jay Prince than T.O. Sr. You got more smoke for Al Heyman than Bob Arum. You got more smoke for Deontay Wilder than Tyson Fury. Drug cheat, loaded glove, habitual line stepper. Something's wrong with you, not me. Right? Come on, Coach. Just keep it boxing. Man, shut up. Get out of the ranks. Get out of the ranks. You're scared to death. Step aside. Make room for more warriors that are ready to stand up like men. That's why I'm glad Jay Prince called out man, I'm so happy he called out some of you spineless men in these content spaces. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. When I was a correctional officer, I used to, every now and then, which wasn't often because I was the only man on my floor when I was moved to this shift. But every now and then, if I did overtime, they would let me go to the tower if there were more officers on the floor. And inside what we call a pod might hold about, let's see, we got 6 to 5. So yeah, a pod might hold about 50 men. And when a man would want to sell some wolf tickets, he would do it when he knew what we call the police is coming. But see, somebody who really wanted smoke, they would wait. Because when you're incarcerated, you become masters of time. Come on, break it down, Coach. Break it down. I didn't know I was going to do all this today. What do you mean by masters of time, Coach? So, in the prison I was in, we had 6 pods, right? And from the first pod to about the 6th pod, it takes you probably about 45 minutes to do head count from 1 to the 6th pod. So let's say you're in the 3rd pod. You know that if you can keep the pod quiet enough, between the 3rd pod and the 6th pod, you got a good 20 to 22 minutes where you could really whoop somebody's ass before help comes. Because the tower ain't paying attention to the 3rd pod. The person in the tower is following the officers. So what would happen is somebody that wanted to sell wolf tickets would pop it off when they knew the police was coming. Jay Prince was calling out a lot of the casual and the race fans in the sport of boxing who do that. You cause all of this drama, all of this chaos, and then when somebody who really could come see about you tries to make it happen, you go and report to the police. But family, those are the kind of people that we're dealing with. Stay alert, stay alive. But let me get back to how good I feel. Family, we got a super fight. And I just have to ask this question. Where would boxing be? Huh? Where would boxing be if all of the good fights happen like this? Thank you, the messenger. Jay Prince don't even speak that much. And if he speaks, it's because he feel he need to speak. And that's because when he started talking to Jay Prince, when Jay Prince started talking to T.O. and going back and forth with him on the stage, T.O. was like, you can see it on his face, man, I don't really want to be going back and forth with this man like this. But see, when somebody keeps being a habitual line stepper and it don't become boxing anymore, and they keep making these sexual innuendos, you see, that lets me know you're trying to do some predatorial gangster talk to me. And who up there on that stage knows that gangster communication better than the old man? And I know some brothers didn't like that. You don't like seeing brothers stand up. I know, but man, I started stretching, getting ready for I already know I got to get my voice time to rest today, because I'm going to be doing some yelling tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some hollering tomorrow. I already told my lady, I said, babe, listen, you already know we're going to have to spend time together tonight, time together tomorrow before 7, because once 7 o'clock hit, once 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time hit, I got to start setting up my laptop. I got to start setting up my speakers, setting up my microphone, getting my cognac ready, getting my wine ready. Y'all know Coach on his sip on his brown when the fights come. Super fights, that is. Huh? Because it's fight time. And I'm going to be calling the fight. I'm going to be calling Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz, and I'm going to be calling Shakur versus T.O. If you're scared, go to church. If you're scared to make a pick, get out the ranks. Salute to the dirt game boss. My sister Bellaface says, these elite fighters of today are nothing like the elite fighters of the 80s and the 90s. Huh? That's right, my brother Patrice X telling them the truth. I be off the drink when it's time to fight. Calm my nerves just a little bit. Just a little bit. And it's only the super fights, y'all. I don't want y'all thinking, man, Coach be drinking every time he's a fight. I mean, he's drinking like this every weekend. No. Because we usually don't get super fights like this. But if you are a real supporter of the sport of boxing, you should have no problem with what's about to take place. Can't you feel it? Oh, man. I ain't felt this good since Christmas Eve, 1999. I ain't felt this good since Wilder Fury. The first fight. Right after the knockdown. I'm trying to explain to y'all the energy that I got going on. Huh? Now, I don't know who's going to be in Jermaine's corner. I don't know if Bill's going to be in his corner or not. That would be some interesting stuff to see. Because Keyshawn has a fight on his hands. And guess what, fam? If Coach Hudson is wrong, my pick is wrong. Now, let me tell you what ain't wrong. My break is wrong. My math and science that I broke down, that part ain't wrong. But let me tell you about this crazy sport of ours. Let me ask y'all in the chat. Because a fighter has a higher boxing IQ, does that mean he always wins? Because a fighter is stronger, does that mean he always wins? No. So let me tell y'all what kind of day I'm having. Right now, as we speak, Coach is going into the store. I'm going to go get a new jogging suit because I got to go to the new team that I'm working with. I'm doing some pad work with a few amateurs who are competing right now. I'm doing that tonight, fam. I'm going to be in the boxing gym for 2 hours tonight. God, can you feel it? Then, before that, you know, I'm gonna chill with my island gal, right? My lady, she's from the islands, so I'm about to have some oxtails. I'm about to have some rice and peas. I'm about to have some sauteed cabbage, huh? I'm about to have some ginger beer, huh? Then after that, after after my lady has given me substance, after she's given me strength to go out into the world and fight another day. See, you brothers that got a wife at home, you know what I'm talking about. Woo! I feel good. Coach gonna ride on over there to the gym. I'm gonna handle business at the gym. And then, family, I'm gonna come back to the house. I'm gonna get down in the prayer position. And I'm gonna talk to my God. And I'm gonna talk to my God and thank him for the day that we're gonna have tomorrow in the spot. I'm gonna pray to that I don't lose my voice tomorrow. I'm gonna pray to the Lord that I've given every good breakdown to you